Okay. Hey everyone, thank you for joining me today. We are going to take a few minutes to look at our literacy data and this needs assessment. The purpose of this presentation is to look at our current literacy data in 5th grade and identify an instructional area where we can make the biggest impact for our students moving forward. Okay. As a literacy leader, the goal is not to add one more thing to teachers' plates. It's to look at what our students' data is telling us and then change our instructional focus so that we can grow them and support them and grow ourselves as teachers. I'm specifically focusing today on 5th grade because we all teach 5th grade ELA, and it allows us to look closely at what the students' needs in a way that feels realistic and connected to daily classroom practice. Thank you. Looking at our literacy data right here, you see that in the fall, 5th grade's Lexile overall was 606. In the winter, it went up to 654. Obviously, that is growth, but our goal for milestones is 830. So, yes, while we are growing, there are some gaps that we still see as the text complexity increases. Across the grade level, we see that students are in a lot of different places. We have students who just need strong reading supports. We have ESOL students. We have students who are receiving support services. We have students who are in the tiers, students who have an IEP, and then we have above grade level students too, but they're all still struggling with grade level complex texts. This really shows us we have a range of learners, but in our classrooms, but it also shows us how important it is to support growth for everyone. When students are making progress, the data shows that with the comprehension, especially with the complex text. And this is still an area that we need to strengthen to be able to meet that milestones goal. Do you agree that this is an issue that we have across the grade level?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so like I said, the patterns we're seeing. Based on the data, the instructional focus that I'm identifying is strengthening students' comprehension of complex grade level text through consistent instructional routines and scaffolds. This focus allows us to support all learners by giving entry points for struggling readers, providing scaffolds for ESOL learners, and still challenging students who are ready to dive into deeper thinking and increase that stamina and meaning making for those learners. It grows that academic vocabulary, and then they will be ready for more complex grade level text. The goal is not to prescribe one way of teaching, but to think about shared practices that feel practical and realistic for the real classroom. When instructional ideas feel doable, teachers are more open to trying new approaches and making adjustments to support student learning. And this will show up across the board with struggling readers, with ESOL learners, with students in the tiers, with students who can decode but struggle with understanding. Does this feel like something you can see be possible in your classrooms?
Yeah, I can clearly see it.
Yes, absolutely.
So, where do we go from here? The next step that I think would be is to collaborate together and come up with a plan that clearly identifies and supports the strategies that fit the needs of our students in the content area that we are. So what comprehension challenges are you noticing most with your students?
Well, with me being a SPED teacher, I see a lot with just basic reading. So struggling with basic reading is going to be a challenge when you're trying to get the complexity of it.
Are you seeing struggles with understanding just grade level vocabulary?
I think it's not just grade level vocabulary, but even some of the more basic skills.
Mm-hmm.
What strategies or scaffolds are you already using that work well?
Small group teaching.
Small group. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Individual, one-on-one.
Yeah. A lot of kids need the one-on-one this year. I've seen 2 or even just 2-on-1. Smaller group, the better.
Mm-hmm.
So how can we create consistency across classrooms while still honoring our individual teaching styles? What do you think? Well, like you just said, I think you said one-on-one, small group, 2-on-1. We all have a variation of what our students need as far as small group. Some need that one-on-one, some need 2-on-1, and some can function in a 4 to 5 group or student group.
Well, I mean, a lot of them learn from each other too. So.
Right, they need to hear that conversation. I agree. I want to be able to learn together and focus on what's realistic, and I am looking forward to furthering this conversation later.